Welcome to Dragon Age Origins. We are finally here, starting a new BioWare RPG series on the channel. Super excited that it's finally here. We've played Mass Effect, we've played Knights of the Old Republic, and we got those series out of the way so we could get to Dragon Age. So this has been highly anticipated from a lot of people in the community, and myself included. I've been very keen to finally jump in to the Dragon Age series from the very beginning and see, what this is, see what it's all about, which is what I do here. It's what I do on this channel. We see what it's all about, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't, and I'll probably like it. I love my fantasy. I love my traditional fantasy stuff. So I feel this is going to be right up my alley. BioWare RPGs just really kind of hit very nicely for me because I love my sci-fi, and we've got Mass Effect and Star Wars for that, and then I love my fantasy, and I've got Dragon Age for that too. So super keen to jump in. I have no idea how this is going to play out, so bear with me, I feel like this is going to be probably a bit easier for me to get into now that I have Mass Effect and Knights of the Old Republic under my belt from like a gameplay perspective. I'm not sure how the game is going to play specifically, but we will wait and find out. We are playing the PC version, so we'll be running through that through thanks to Xbox Game Pass. I can just install it all, and it's great. So playing it on PC, because apparently this is the superior version. We played Knights of the Old Republic 2 on PC because we had the restored content mod and all of that kind of jazz. So it shouldn't be too hard to get into. But this game did win our Patreon poll as well that I held recently, and I sort of posted about it to get everybody interested in that I was doing an RPG. The other games that went up against Dragon Age and lost were Planescape Torment, Cyberpunk 2077, Dragon's Dogma, and Fallout 1. Yeah, there were 5 games in total. Dragon Age kind of predictably took the top spot. There's been a lot of hype for Dragon Age, so I can see why it won, and I am glad that it won. But the good thing about whenever I do a Patreon poll is it's always a list of games that I'm super excited to get into and play regardless, so I'm always happy, Unfortunately, Planescape Torment, which is the one that I'm kind of very excited for as well, was last place. So if you guys want Planescape Torment, you got to do something about that. But alas, Dragon Age is the game that we're focusing on today. So we're going to start a new game. We're going to jump in and we're going to see what it's all about. And so is the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Threnonese 8:13.
The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed.
Nice. And my axe! Never thought I'd fight side by side with an elf. So Darkspawn versus Grey Wardens. Gotcha.
It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long.
With his own blade.
It may even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Cool intro. Cool intro. That's awesome. Nice. That's a good setup. I enjoy that. Okay, character generation time. The background you select will determine which of 6 distinct opening stories you play through. It also affects how characters respond to you throughout the game. All right, this is going. Oh yeah, baby, let's get into it. This is gonna be exciting. So, Dragon Age. It's finally time. So, there is going to be 6 distinct opening stories depending on how we run through this. We're going to be a male. Okay, let's have a look. We got 3 races. Human, the most numerous, yet the most divided of all the races. Only 4 times have they ever united under a single cause, the last being centuries ago. Religion and the Chantry play a large part in human society. It distinguishes them culturally from elves and dwarves more than anything else. Humans can be warriors, rogues, or mages. Racial benefits, +1 to strength, dex, magic, and cunning. So I'm assuming elves and dwarves are the other 2 then. That is correct. Nice. Oh, play as a dwarf. Alright, elf. Once enslaved by humans, most elves have all but lost their culture, scrounging and impoverished, living in the slums of human cities. Wow. That sucks. Only the nomadic Dalish tribes still cling to their traditions, living by the bow and the rule of their old gods as they roam the ancient forests. Welcome nowhere else. Elves can be warriors, rogues, or mages. They have a racial benefit of +2 to willpower and magic. The dwarf. Rigidly bound by caste and tradition, the dwarves have been waging a losing war for generations, trying to protect the last stronghold of their once vast underground empire from the Darkspawn. Dwarves are very tough and have a high resistance to all forms of magic, thus preventing them from becoming mages. +1 to strength and dex, +2 to constitution, and a 10% chance to resist hostile magic. So, humans and elves can be whatever you want out of the 3 classes, and dwarves cannot be mages. So we can be a warrior or a rogue. I want to be a rogue dwarf, let's go! And then we've got our backgrounds. So, I want to check... Okay, so you can have a look at them. So you can be a human noble. So this is really cool, the background thing. I like that. So the outfit changes are neat as well. Born to wealth and power, second only to royalty, you find your training in both diplomacy and battle put to the test as your brother leads the bulk of your family's forces to war in the south. A magi is wielding a power as dangerous as it is potent. You know that magic is a curse for those lacking the will to control it. You anxiously await your harrowing, the one chance to prove yourself against the demons lurking without and within. Succeed or be slaughtered by the knights who ward against your kind. Okay? An elf can have a background of a Dalish elf. Proud of your role as one of the few true elves, you have always assumed you would spend your life with your tribe, until a chance encounter with a relic of your people's past threatens to tear you away from everything you have ever known. Or a city elf. You've always lived under the heavy thumb of your human overlords, but when a local lord claiming his privilege with the bride shatters your wedding day, the simmering racial tensions explode in a rain of vengeance. Cool. You can also have the magi background, and then if we're a dwarf, we can have these other 2 backgrounds. And it doesn't matter which class we are for them too. So a dwarf commoner, born caseless in a land where rank is everything, bound as the lackey and thug of a local crime lord. You have spent your life invisible until chance thrusts you into the spotlight, where you can finally prove whether you will be defined by your actions or your birth. Or we can be a dwarf noble. As the favoured child of the dwarven king, you proudly take up your first military command, only to learn that the deadly intrigues of family and sycophants may pose a greater danger than even the battlefield. Alright, I feel like this has been one of the easiest things to nail down for me. We're going to be a dwarf rogue with a dwarf commoner background. Bam! Alright, let's go. Next. Greetings. Oh, okay, we can have a name. Nice. Alright, we got presets. Let's take a look. Obviously, we need a great big bushy beard. We have to. Ah, terrible. All right, let's start here. What should we name our character? I do not have a name in mind, but we should start with, we'll have Mapo as the first name. Oh, hang on, the last name is set in stone. The last name cannot be changed. Okay, so we can only have a first name. Mapo Broska? Does it roll off the tongue? Mapo Broska. All right, we'll roll with that. Let's make a character. Let's see what we get. Skin complexion. God damn, we look dead there. That's fine. We got our skin tones. I will go here. Tattoos. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's have a look. So we've already got just a set tattoo on the cheek, but we can have more to that. Oh, hang on. Ooh. So you can have that, and then it just stays there, or you can have nothing. I think we will go for... I kind of like that. Actually, I kind of like that. Let's do that. Tattoo color. I'm kind of fine with it as is, I think. And there's the tattoo intensity. Let's have it a little bit less intense. Alright, our hair. Dwarf with short hair? What is that? A balding dwarf? Perfect. Okay. Good beards, though, which is good. I always love character creators that are able to have the beards that come off of the face, you know? I always like any character creator that does not put effort into their beards, instant 0 out of 10. You know, the ones that just have like varying degrees of like 5 o'clock shadow? Hate it. I think we're gonna rock with a great big bushy beard. We're gonna have this one. A ginger dwarf. Oh, actually, an old wise man. Let's rock with this bad boy. Eyebrows. Biggest ones you got. Play no eyebrows. You can also have stubble, I guess, if you opt for not having a beard. You can't really see it anyway, so it's not like it really matters. An eyebrow color. We want to obviously match that to our beard. All right, eye shape. Fine with that. Eye size. It's a pretty sensible character creator. Like, you can see that you're not able to really like, you can't have eyes that go like this big on your head. You can't really mess it up, you know. It's you're not gonna really struggle to like fuck your character up, really. Oh god, we've got to have a big nose of the default dwarf nose just fits for a dwarf, you know. So we'll rock with that. I'm actually fine with this as is, you know. It's bald and it's got a beard, you know. It works. Neck and ears. Your ears are fine, laddie. Portrait. Oh, nice. I can adjust the portrait. He must be looking straight ahead, as close as he could get, deadpanning the camera. All right, move him Ominous. And then I need his eyes looking towards the camera. I wish I could do that. All right, we've also got the... we can change the expression. All right, you get in the middle there. There we go. Then we have you in the center. Expressions. What do you got for me? I just love the degree of... unsure, kind of sad. Now I'm angry. What is that expression? Okay, no expression. Background. Actually, let me move you. Get away from me for a sec. Let me see what backgrounds we got here. Actually, I like it him being further away. That kind of looks funnier. Yeah, Galaxy Dwarf. Let's go. Okay, that's my... Alright, hang on. Maybe I should just have him on the side. There you go. Let's put it there. Mapobroska, the dwarf. I'm trying to figure out... I want to know how I want to pronounce my dude's name. Mapobroska. Mapobro. Mapobro, and the scar is only formal. So we just refer to my character as Mapobro. Next, we have... our points to spend. Our attributes: strength, dexterity, willpower, magic, cunning, and constitution. Okay, that's interesting. So there's some cliche, obviously, you know, standard attributes here, but there's some new ones here like cunning, which is cool. Strength measures a character's physical prowess and directly affects the damage a character deals in physical combat. It also contributes to the accuracy of melee attacks. High strength is essential for warriors, in particular if they wish to wield two-handed weapons, and is nearly as critical for rogues. If I highlight the arrows, it changes. There you go. Dexterity is the measure of agility, reflexes, and balance. Higher dexterity improves a character's chances to hit, makes the character more likely to dodge incoming blows, and contributes to the damage dealt by piercing weapons like daggers or arrows. Archery and dual weapon fighting styles demand high dexterity to master, making this attribute a favorite for rogues. How'd you guess? Willpower represents a character's determination and mental fortitude. With high willpower, mages can cast more spells thanks to a deeper mana pool. For warriors and rogues, willpower grants more stamina for combat techniques and special attacks. So I like that willpower has a purpose outside of, you know, just being a mage, which is cool, but obviously magic is the measure of a character's natural affinity for the arcane. This attribute is crucial for mages since it directly increases a character's spell power score, which determines the potency of all spells. The magic attribute also determines how effective potions, poultices, and salves are for all classes, words that I've never said out loud before. Cunning determines how well a character learns and reasons. Most skills, such as herbalism or combat tactics, require a quick mind to master, and an observant eye can more easily find weaknesses in enemy armor. Rogues benefit most from this statistic, as many of their class abilities and special attacks rely on subtlety or reading the target, not raw strength. And constitution represents health and resilience. Higher constitution directly increases the amount of damage a character can take before falling on the battlefield. We will put another point into Dex. We'll put our Cunning at 16. I'm not sure if this has a similar Knights of the Old Republic sort of thing, where it's like, obviously, if you put a point in and it's like on an odd number, it's like wasted with its like +1, +2 attribute. I want to assume that it plays by the same rules, but you never know. So I'll try and keep them on even numbers, but I will put another point to Constitution as well. So I think we'll rock with that. We'll keep our Dex and our Cunning higher, put a point into Strength, put a point into Constitution. Go next. Okay, points to spend, just the one. So we already have Stealing, quick enough to pilfer small items from others, whether friendly or hostile, so long as they are not too alert. We have Poison Making, which survived the difficult learning process of making simple poisons and grenades. And now we can choose Combat Training, Combat Tactics, Herbalism, Survival, Trap Making, or Coercion. I really like that I'm seeing some similar sort of Knights of the Old Republic DNA here in terms of like skill trees and upgrading certain things. So like I said, I feel like this is going to be easier for me to get into with a few other games under my belt now. with this sort of style. Makes me wonder if the combat and the gameplay is going to be quite similar to Knights of the Old Republic as well, instead of like Mass Effect's approach. Only one way to find out. I want to say that it's probably going to be kind of like traditional Dungeons & Dragons level stuff like Knights of the Old Republic. It feels like it. So this character is influential enough to convince others to change their views. Strength contributes to a more intimidating character, whereas cunning contributes to a more persuasive character. I want to be like a dwarven rogue who's just super charismatic. We'll go with coercion for the first point to spend on skills. Talents. Dirty fighting. The rogue incapacitates a target who takes no damage from the attack but is stunned for a short time. We've got below the belt. We deliver a swift and unsportsmanlike kick to the target, dealing normal combat damage as well as imposing penalties to defense and movement speed unless the target passes a physical resistance check. Deft hands. All rogues have some understanding of opening locks and spotting traps, but particularly dexterous hands and a steady grip give the character a bonus when picking locks or disarming traps. The character's cunning score also contributes to this skill. Cool. And stealth. The rogue has learned to fade from view, although perceptive enemies may not be fooled. Taking any action beyond movement, including engaging in combat or using items, will still attract attention. If the rogue initiates combat while still stealth, the first strike is an automatic critical hit or backstab. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. We've got dual weapons, which need combat training. We've got archery, which needs combat training. I think we will go for stealth. And deft hands. Nice. Select a difficulty level. We will just be playing on normal, the recommended setting for players familiar with role-playing games, providing a good balance of challenge and survivability. It requires moderate use of tactical pausing to plan actions during combat. Although party members can harm each other with careless use of certain abilities, damage due to friendly fire is only half of what it would be against enemies. Friendly fire is a thing in this game. There you go. We will be playing on normal because while I am probably adept and adequate at playing this type of game, you never know what it's going to be like around the corner. And also, I'm not a master at this stuff. Normal is fine. Let us play. Let us play Dragon Age Origins. I'm also surprised that the subtitles are up the top.
Deep beneath the mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the two remaining dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Beraht. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
The casteless.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look. Something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Beraht. Can we not do this in front of my brother?
Why not? He knows the slope of the land, don't you, boy?
Alright, so it's very interesting how this is set up. So and the subtitles are quite small. I wonder if there is potentially a way to get the text size bigger through maybe like a mod or otherwise, because obviously it's just scaled to 1920 by 1080, which is good because Knights of the Old Republic 1 was a nightmare to get running on PC, so I'm glad that Dragon Age Origins just kind of boots up and starts nicely, which is good. So there you go. Whatever it takes to get out of this cesspool. Didn't I tell you not to talk that way to my sister? We owe you everything, Beraht. We won't let you down. Don't worry, she'll find a man or she'll answer to me. Okay. He's right. Whatever it takes to get out of this cesspool.
Listen to the kid. He knows the deal you made. He lays low and does whatever jobs I don't want to risk anyone valuable on. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brat.
Jesus.
Then you both go free. And I get to join the family and be called my lord for the rest of the little prince's life.
So what are you doing here?
Checking on my investments. And right now, they don't bear much gold. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
See, she's found someone. I told you we'd deliver.
It's nothing definite, but he said he wanted to see me again.
Excuse me if I don't start knitting booties. Until I do, you're the one who's going to keep paying her debts with your service to the Carta.
You want me to beat someone up for you?
Good guess. Your buddy Leski's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now. And I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
God damn it.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
This is such an interesting place to start. And my initial first impressions and reaction to this that I find so good and very impressive is, in comparison to Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect, both those games start the exact same way. And with Dragon Age, you can have it start 6 different ways. And obviously playing as human, elf, or dwarf, you start in completely different locations. That's amazing. The way that you can play multiple different stories that way gives you so much more replayability and different choice straight off the bat, which I really, really like. And that's not me knocking Knights of the Old Republic or Mass Effect as a result, but it's just like, I'm instantly very impressed that it's like, oh fuck, like it's not just like, you know, if you choose an elf, dwarf, or a human, you still start in the same place, and then the story happens. It's like we're actually in the culture of our background. You know, that's very exciting to see that right off the bat. You know, like I could go back to this game and play as a human or an elf and have a completely different start, and that feels very exciting. Beraht expects too much from you.
You know how desperate the nobles are for more children? They can barely field enough soldiers to hold the walls against the Darkspawn. If I could give one of them a son, the whole house would celebrate, and we'd all be raised up to noble caste to join the family. It's what Beraht's betting on. That's why he paid for my clothes, my voice lessons. He wants to share the reward.
Did you say there was a noble who was interested?
Yes. That is, I hope. He certainly seems charming. He treats me like a real lady, not just someone to tumble and forget.
Who is he?
I don't want to say, in case I'm wrong. It just seems too mad to think of one of the most important men in Orzammar with someone like me. Anyway, time is rusting and I need to get dressed. These fashions will be the death of me. 100 buttons on each sleeve. And Leski's probably already outside waiting for you.
I like that I have like a matching cheek tattoo with my sister. That's cool. I just wish we didn't have to kiss up to that cave tick.
You know the other options. Cleaning middens, begging, going to the surface. No. Unless you find a way to save us all from Darkspawn and become a paragon. We're pretty much on Beraht's leash for life.
Cool. Guess I'll become a paragon then. I don't know why I can't join the army and fight Darkspawn.
It's sheer folly. One more way the nobles protect their status. They say casteless soldiers are more danger to each other than to Darkspawn. That it's an insult to the smith to let us touch a fine-made weapon. Truly, they just don't wish to insult the warrior caste by showing that given the same opportunities, we could lead an army just as well.
But haven't the Darkspawn almost overrun the current troops?
Every year, more of the beasts come up from the deep roads. I've heard they've even been harrying the surface.
Is anyone doing anything about it?
Aye. They would even turn to humans for aid before us, it seems. There's been talk of an alliance against the Darkspawn. Even that the Grey Wardens have stepped up. But we don't have time for this now. Lesky must be waiting, and Beraht won't like it if I'm late for my appointment.
I'm really wondering if there's going to be a morality system in this game as well, because obviously KOTOR is light side, dark side, and then Mass Effect, at least the original trilogy, is Paragon and Renegade. I'm really interested to see if there will be. I would assume so. I'm just wondering how it will be implemented. You know, it's not fair that Beraht gets to push us around.
Money gives him power. He's got family on the surface, which means he can smuggle up lyrium and smithcrafts, and bring down silks, wines, and furs. And he played it smart. When he started expanding, he made sure it was only the casteless he shook down for protection, so the guardsmen didn't care.
Can Beraht really follow through on his threats?
Don't underestimate him. Beraht has thugs who'd kill their own mothers just to work for him.
So why does Beraht care about hustling you to some noble?
As far as the nobles are concerned, he still stinks of Dust Town. He's got money now, but you can't buy caste, you know. No noblewoman would risk a dalliance with him. His only chance to join a noble family is to claim kinship with a concubine who bears a noble son. And that's what he wants more than anything. Don't you? Imagine what it would be like not to have people look at us like we're sewer sludge. To think our lives are worth something.
Yet you tell me I can become a paragon?
It wouldn't be the first time. Garelon the Blood Risen was born casteless, you know, before he went to the surface. And he came back and won the throne. Many paragons have humble origins. All that matters is that the Assembly recognizes their achievements. And once they get that vote, they found their own house, and are as noble as if the ancestors themselves had made it so.
I like that there's a little more life in the dialogue and interactions with characters when the dialogue choices come up. You know, it's not the characters just staring at each other in like a static way. Characters do move around the place. That's really nice. Imagine founding our own house.
So what are you standing around here for? Go do something great.
That would certainly surprise Mother.
Oh, don't pay attention to her. She's just a bitter old drunk. She also said you'd never learn to walk or stop dumping in the bed. Make something of yourself just to spite her.
Okay. Maybe I will at that.
Maybe you will. But until then, we can only serve as Beraht demands. And he won't like it if either of us is late.
Okay, you're right. Goodbye.
Stay out of trouble. I'll see you tonight.
I will stay out of trouble. I am a short king. Oh god, this is how it plays. Alright, let me have a look. Tutorial tactical view. The game can be played from a variety of tactical viewpoints. Use the mouse wheel to bring your camera down to exploration mode. Cool. Issuing orders. While paused, you can issue orders to your character. Right-click on your desired destination. Your character now has a move order. You can issue orders in real time or while paused. Press space to unpause now. Okay. Okay, this is cool. Beraht's favor. Alright. Just getting a feel. So we can go like... Nice. Cool. So we have free roam, but we also have move orders as well. We can just kind of fucking run around being the short king that we are. I love it. But then we can do this. And that's so cool. You can play it in like a fucking top-down, like tactical thing. That's really neat. I feel like I'll probably do a mixture depending on what I feel like, but this is awesome. Love this a lot, actually. Open chest. Open chest. Right click to loot the chest. Do I have to be standing like directly in front of it? Directly in front of it. Okay. A poultice. Take a dagger and a short bow. Okay. Take all. To equip new items, you'll need to open the inventory screen by clicking on the highlighted icon and pressing I. Nice. Okay. To unequip, drag an item from its icon on the left side to the screen back to your inventory. Remove your character's armor or clothing now. Look at me, tighty whiteys. And we can put it back. Nice. For easy access to consumables, place them in your quick bar. Drag an item to your quick bar now. Cool. So I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Oh, okay. So I think that we have... Oh, yeah. So we have 4 extra ones here, but all of these are on shortcuts to the first all the numbers on the keyboard. On the keyboard, it's cool. We got our weapons. So we've got a dagger. We've got 2 daggers already, which is cool. So that's our party inventory. Now let me check our journal. On the streets of Dusttown, you work for the crime lord Beraht as one of his enforcers. He has a task for you to carry out today. Lesky, who is waiting outside, will inform you of the details. Our journal tracks our current objectives. Okay, so we're getting a bunch of tutorials here to get rid of. Okay, completed quests. There we go. Okay, we've got a codex, and the codex actually has. This is cool. It tells you how many entries there are. That's nice. Conversation history, really nice. Downloadable content. I believe we have... It's not showing stuff, but this is the Ultimate Edition of Origins, so I believe there is DLC that we do have. I'll have to have a look into that at some point. If you are familiar with my BioWare playthroughs, Mass Effect, we read the codex here. We read things, we get into the nitty-gritty. We want to be as as detailed as possible. Not like 100% completion, like it's natural to miss things, especially on a first blind playthrough. I don't know what's going to happen, what to look out for, etc., and I don't want to, because I just want to make my way through it myself. But I do try to be as detailed as possible, and I really enjoy getting into the lore and the story. For those of you who might be new here to Dragon Age and haven't watched the Mass Effect or the Knights of the Old Republic playthroughs, so we will be reading through the codex. We'll be reading things as they come through. I don't like skipping through that stuff. So, the caste list. The caste system in Orzammar includes many groups of privilege, the nobility and the warriors above all others, but to a lesser degree, the merchants and the smiths and the miners. Tradition establishes a clear hierarchy, but as in any culture with an upper class, there is also a clear underclass. These unfortunates, the so-called casteless, are believed to be descendants of criminals and other undesirables. They have been looked down upon since Orzammar's foundation. They have taken up residence in a place called Dusttown, a crumbling ruin on the fringe of Orzammar's common areas. Orzammar society considers these casteless lower than even the servant caste. Indeed, the casteless are not allowed to become servants, as it is too honourable a position. They are seen as little better than animals, their faces branded at birth to mark them as the bastard children of the kingdom. Their home district, little more than a slum, is a haven for crime, organised and otherwise. Orzammar's guards seemingly cannot be bothered to patrol its streets. The best that most casteless dwarves can hope for is a life at the whim of a local crime lord, ended abruptly by violence or an overabundance of toxic lichen ale. Even so, there is some hope for the casteless, a dangling rope that offers a way up into greater Orzammar society. Since a dwarf's caste is determined by the parent of the same sex, the male child of a nobleman is part of that noble's house and caste. Strangely, it is acceptable for casteless women to train in the arts of courtly romance to woo nobles and warriors. They are known as noble hunters. Any male born from such a union is considered a joyous event, considering the low rate of dwarven fertility. The mother and entire family are then taken in by the father's house, although they retain their caste. The dwarves we know on the surface are also considered casteless once they leave Orzammar, although this is only relevant to those who return, if they are allowed to return at all. Dwarves who leave for the surface, the sun-touched, as they're often called behind their backs, lose their connection to the stone and the favour of the ancestors, and thus are worthy of little more than pity, for upon dying they are said to be lost to the stone forever. Put that way, it seems a sad existence indeed. From Stone Halls of the Dwarves by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. That's some cool information there. So our sister is a noble hunter. So if we back out of that, how do I just go back from being in the codex? Note that closes it. Oh, it's a drop-down menu. Okay, cool. And these are our controls, which is fine, so we can refer back to the tutorial part of the codex if need be. Wonderful. Okay, so that's our first entry. So our sister Rika is Beraht. Our name is Mapo. Mapo, bro. All right, awesome. We have our map. Delightful. Tactics. So we have behavior. So we can choose our behaviors, I guess, for auto fighting. This party member will fight back if attacked in melee combat, but will not chase enemies if they move away, and will try to remain close to the player. Cool, so we can change the tactics of people that are going to be in our party. That is cool. We can also disable tactics if you want. Oh, this is going to be interesting to get into. What's the default? Just that. Yeah, okay. Ranged, cautious, defensive. Well, I'm sure there'll definitely be some tutorials for this once we start getting more party members to manage this, so we will leave this for now. Got our character record. Heroic accomplishments. Cool. Okay, we can... That's cool, we have like a stat screen. Nice. That we can check whenever. This is great. Let's save our game. Let's make a first save. Home. Alright. Ah! And the camera's right on my face. Immediately just like zooms into my face. I can almost see my eyeballs. Oh god. There we go. I was just trying to see how close I could get to my character without it bugging out. Do I dream for all games like this to have a photo mode? Yes, I do. Alright, nice. Let's have a chat to Kalar.
Who's that? Why are you bothering me?
Oh, this is our mother.
Rika?
No, mother, it's Mapo, your son. It's the guardsman. You're under arrest for drunkenness. It's the king of Orzammar. I heard you were single. Oh, man. It's the guardsman. You're under arrest for drunkenness.
Don't you sass me, you ungrateful brat. I made you, and I can make another just like you.
Also with the matching tat. Please, mother, I hate it when you get like this.
Please, mother, I hate it when you get like this. What? Am I embarrassing you? Don't want anyone to see that dear old mam's a lush? Is that it?
Fine. Oh, man. Okay. I promised you wouldn't do this anymore.
Do what?
Buy wine. We need money for lava stones to heat the house.
I tried my best. They treat us like dust, tell us we're cursed. How else are we supposed to live? We got nothing. There's no way out for any of us.
You're wrong. I'm gonna make something of my life.
You can try, but you'll never get it off you. Dust Town, it sticks to the skin. You don't bleed red enough for them, and nothing's gonna change that. All you can do is find some way to forget.
Lovely. What a great mother. Alright, tactics screen, customize your party's actions and reactions. General behavior can be configured using the drop-down menu at the top of the right side of the screen. Should you charge at enemies or be more cautious? Does the party member prefer ranged or melee weapons? Tactics slots let you set up automatic actions that the party member will take in specific situations, like casting heal whenever a party member drops below 50% health. This is really cool, by the way, this the tactics slot stuff. Now, I'm actually familiar with assigning conditions and having actions because I played a lot of Final Fantasy XII as a kid. Final Fantasy XII is such a gorgeous game, and that has gambits, and you can have, you know, party member under 50% health, throw a potion at them, that kind of stuff. So I'm familiar with that gameplay mechanic, which is awesome. So choosing conditions in which characters act and is really, really nice. So tactic slots at the top of the list are the highest priority. They'll activate before the ones further down the list, and they can be temporarily disabled, which is cool. And there are saved presets as well. Nice. Okay. Dust Town.
About sodding time. I was starting to think I'd have to bust in and get an eyeful of that spicy sister of yours. Garou.
Garou. Haven't I told you never to talk about my sister that way?
But no hot-blooded dwarf can help himself. Those perfect lips, just made to be screaming my name. You must have had a few naughty thoughts yourself, huh? What do you say?
That is literally my own sister. That I might have to feed you your spleen.
Oh, at least I'd have something to eat. But as much as I'd love to keep chatting, we better get down to business.
Oh, I was hoping our mission was me making fun of you.
No such luck. Boss says we're out for a search and discipline. One of his smugglers is holding out on him. Name's Oskias, some surfacer. Beraht got word that he's been selling shipments topside that never make it to Beraht's ears down here. He wants us to find the rotter and see what goods he's holding back.
Oskias, okay. Any idea where this Oskias is?
All he told me is find him. Duster's got some family from the merchant caste. He's probably staying near their quarters.
What sort of goods are we trying to find?
You know, gold, lyrium, spices. Anything that Beraht might cut someone's head off to get.
What do we do with him if he's been holding out on Beraht?
Well, if he is skimming, we kill him, of course. I mean, Beraht doesn't let anyone swindle him and live. Bringing his head on a plate is completely optional, though.
Okay. Fine, but let's at least find out what he's done.
Whatever lets you sleep at night, my friend.
Nice. So we do have an autosave, which is nice, but I will try and remember to manually save as well. Controlling party members. A new party member has joined you. Take control of this character directly by left-clicking on the portrait or body. Alternatively, you can use the tactics menu to adjust how the AI controls them. Cool, that's a nice way to just switch between. I like that. Move freely. Toggle full party selection. Oh, yeah, I think if you press Control A, yeah, you control the full party. Which is probably for, like, actions and stuff. Okay, so if we... Alright, Lesk. Naturally, I believe the red probably means that we can't edit anything? Maybe? Oh, no, never mind. Interesting. If I just exit the... I guess it just stays now. That's interesting. So if you go in here and accidentally, like, fuck something up or press something, whatever it was before, you don't save it. It just changes. Kind of wish that, just in case you made a mistake, you could, just exit out of it. But we'll live and we learn. Okay. So we can switch between our characters. Let's take a look at this environment. A nice little zoom out.
You think I don't know who you work for? Is he onto me? Is he sending you to feel me out? Is that it?
Maybe what I might do is we'll check options, because we've got subtitles, and it just says, obviously, conversations and ambient dialogue. There isn't sort of like a text size option, which would be perfect, but we'll probably get into it at some point. We'll find out. Not every door can be entered, I suppose. You'll obviously have to just bear with me as I get my bearings for navigating.
This is the end. A new archdemon is rising, and Orzammar will fall.
Okay, so the X, okay, is our house. Let me check the full map. Do we... Oskias, one of Beraht's smugglers, has been holding out on Beraht shipments and selling them to line his own pockets. Find Oskias and show him exactly how Beraht feels about being cheated. Oskias was last seen in Tapster's Tavern. Okay. So make active. I guess it'll just appear on our map as we make our way down through the town. So we're heading to the tavern.
You got some coin? I'll do anything. Anything.
Anything.
Hey there, Carter boy. Care to try a taste of this? Any way you like it. Hey there, Carter boy. Care to try a taste of this?
2 bits for the needy.
2 bits for the needy. Golinar. The needy? Who do you think you're looking at, old man?
I seen you around. You one of them Beraht boys. You don't know from needy. Not until you're my age.
What happened to you?
I used to work in the mines, checking the new tunnels for bad air. Set me down with a candle, and there must have been a pocket of gas, because it went up like dragon's breath. Healer saved my life, but I can't half walk. What's a man supposed to do?
Is there any way I can help?
You got some spare feet? If not, a silver would fill that void real nice.
Is there anything you could give me for the money?
Ooh, you drive a hard bargain, soldier. You looking for someone to shine your shoes, clean your pots, keep you warm at night?
Just tell me, have you seen a surfacer named Oskias?
Is that what you're looking for? That's worth 10 bits, no?
Oh, we can intimidate. Tell me or your body might end up blocking a mine shaft.
Go ahead. Beat up an old man if it makes you feel better. I seen your man at Tapster's. I was waiting out back, but they wouldn't tip me the dregs off the ale barrel. Said it was going to compost. But I saw another Brad there with his surface money, and they served him. Called him Oskias, sir.
Sir. I'm not sure what type of person I want my character to be yet, so we're gonna be sort of navigating interactions and situations as they come along, and I'm curious to see what my character's going to end up being, because I'm not sure if we're going to be like sort of an evil dwarf bastard or if we're going to be a good heroic character. You know, we might find some middle ground, but I want to kind of sort of embrace my the dwarven background of he's lived it fucking rough. We're working for a crime lord. We're a rogue. You know, we want to have that sort of like at least edge and attitude here. So we'll see how we go and see how our character develops over the course of the game. I'm very curious. Was he armed?
You think I got that close? Tavern keepers, they know all I have to pay with is dirt. Now get out of here, you're scaring off the other pockets. Alms! Alms for the poor. Vermin.
Jesus. Alright, mate.
You got any food on you? Please?
Who needs the Paragon Branca when you've got all this? Look at me, I'm the Pauper Paragon.
There we go. So on our map, we'll start seeing X's on houses that we can enter. That's good to know.
Spare silver. My boy needs medicine. The docs say he won't wake without it.
I'll give you my dwarven piss in a cup, laddie. That's good medicine for you.
I wonder if the surface is so bad. I hear there's no ceiling. The air just goes on forever.
Huh. That's wild. Gather your party and venture forth. Right, hold on a sec. So that will take us into a new... takes us into a new area. Gotcha. Yes. Never enter battle with your bare hands. Okay. Okay. New codex. Nice, and then if you click on the notification, it'll take you right there, which is cool. The city of Orzammar. I keep wanting to say Osramar. Of Orzammar. The dwarves are lauded for their craftsmanship, and the city of Orzammar is one of their finest works. Orzammar lies at the heart of the Frostback Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outward from the royal palace, which is built around a natural lava vent, continually fountaining liquid rock, which both lights and heats the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to the noble caste, with their palaces fanning out in both directions from the court of the king, as well as the Beraht, which serves as a repository for all dwarven knowledge. The lower tier is the commons, where the merchant caste holds sway and where the finest works of Orzammar's craftsmen are for sale. In the center of the river of lava, connected to the commons by a causeway, are the proving grounds, a secret arena where the dwarves, by ancient tradition, settle their disputes. On one side of the fiery river are the ruins of old dwarven palaces, fallen into disrepair, which the locals call Dust Town, now home to the city's castless. On the other side of the river are the deep roads, which once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of darkspawn incursions, are largely sealed off. Nearly all knowledge of this network of underground passages has been lost, even to its builders. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi. Genetivi! Mapobroska!
Disgusting, get away from me. Disgusting, get away from me.
Bruh.
Hey, boy. You look like someone who could use a spare copper. What do you say?
This better not be anything dirty. Put your penis back in your pants, boy.
I'm a happily married man. All you'll get from me is good solid coin, and it won't take any work on your part. You look like you've still got all your teeth, nice and healthy. I craft replacements for nobles who have lost theirs. I can pay you real handsome for some of those. 1 silver for 2. What do you say?
Oh, selling my teeth. Wild. I wouldn't consider less than 2 silvers. Losing teeth was not what I expected to do for getting money here, but I mean, if you get money. That's interesting, actually. I'm not going to justify that with a response. Do you have any idea who I work for?
Beraht wouldn't like you throwing that around. This guy's an artisan that's practically a smith. We don't need that high a profile.
That sounded like a threat, Brand. You know the sentence for harassing a resident engaged in legitimate trade is public flogging and 100 silver fine.
I wanted to fuck around and find out. That's interesting. Well, I fucked around and found out. Don't you have any legitimate work for me?
No work's legitimate if they let you do it, boy. The Assembly declared back in Darbier's reign that it insults the ancestors for casteless to perform any work the recognized lineages can do.
Rough.
Now, do you want it or not? 1.5 silvers, and that's my best offer.
Never mind, I was just leaving.
Suit yourself. Plenty of brands are willing.
Selling teeth for coin, eh? That's really bizarre. I'm sure it wouldn't, like, affect my fucking character thing if I did, but... Wow, look at that detail there. That's really cool.
Offer withdrawing. I'm sure I'll find some other brand who's happy to have it.
So I'm sure there are going to be other ways to get money that don't involve me losing my teeth.
Brands walking around like they own the place. Repulsive.
I actually should have haggled to get more. There's our tavern. Very easily advertised.
Lesky, you old scamp. What are you doing here? Trying to charm me out of another set of ribbons for your girl?
Trying to talk you into being my girl, Olinda. You know my heart's breaking for you.
Don't you go saying that around my husband. Who's your friend?
I'm Mapo, pleased to meet you.
You're welcome to look around. I'll slide on the markup since you're Lesky's friend, but I can't give anything away for free.
I'll take a look.
Just don't touch anything if you can't meet the price.
Okay. Firebomb. Lesser injury kit. Venom. Warmth bomb. Claw traps. Making and disarming traps and stuff is really cool. Salve of animal tally that smells foul, filled with tiny shards of rock. Increases users' armor and physical resistance, but decreases movement speed and attack speed. Trap triggers. Metal shards. Flasks. Death root. Elf root. A harmless enough plant on its own, Deathroot's thick leaves contain an extract that the Chasind have used to induce hallucinations for centuries. Sufficiently concentrated, it can be made into a deadly poison. The common name for Cannavaris, this herb actually has little to do with elves, other than being commonly collected and traded to outsiders by the Dalish. It is the primary ingredient in many healing salves. Deep mushroom. Fungi found underground in close proximity to lyrium veins. In addition to their restorative properties, they can also be made into poisons. It says restriction, warrior or rogue, so only warriors or rogues. Cheap moss wine. The bottle bears no label and the contents smell astringent. So it looks like we've got copper and silver as our currency here, which is neat. Olinda's shop. Nice. You've just gained access to your first store. Here you can buy or sell items. Various stores are scattered throughout the world. While the transaction is open, you may use the buyback function to reverse any accidental sales or purchases at no loss of money. Once the deal is closed, however, these items become the full property of the shopkeeper and are only available at full price. Nice. I like that.
Have you heard? King's got a team who found traces of Bronca in the deep roads.
Oh? Found her body, did they?
No, tools. Signs of camp, things like that.
Paragon or not, Bronca's dead. She's been gone 2 years. No one survives the deeps that long.
It's been a long time since the last Grey Warden visit.
Shouldn't you be off scooping dung somewhere?
Thank you. Alright, there's our tavern.
I'm going to call the guards.
Okay.
This vermin.
Oh, damn it.
Stand back. I don't want to catch your diseases.
I missed what he was going to say.
Great prices on all arms and armor, like they were crafted by the Paragon Smith Bronca herself. Sod off, Brand. We don't have anything for the likes of you.
Do you mind? I have nothing you can afford, and as long as you're here, no one else will come.
You're a merchant. Why do you wear a castless face, Brand?
Same as you. It's illegal for me to walk here without one. I'm from the surface, so by the law of assembly, I'm castless. But I think of the brand as just a part of the license to vend my wares. I use a washable ink, and when I return home, it's gone first thing. I cannot imagine wanting to wear the beastly thing every day.
Lol. You think I'd choose to live like this?
You certainly don't choose to live any other way. If you were on the surface, you could open a shop, claim land, and start a farm, and get legally married by the human chantry. Orzammar is the only place in the world that will treat you like this. Yet you all stay. I'll never understand it.
They say surface dwarves lose touch with the stone.
And what has the stone done for you? At least on the surface, you won't be rejected by your fellow dwarves. It always seems sad to me that our homeland is the one place in this world where you're likely to be killed by a fellow dwarf. Now, unless you're gonna buy something, I need to unload and get home before the rain sets in. That's water from the sky, by the way.
Let's have a look.
Fine. But try to steal anything and I'm calling the guards.
Dwarven war axe. Daggers, longswords, maces, crossbows, leather armor. All too expensive for a poor dwarf like me. That's cool.
Watch yourself. The Shaper doesn't need your footprints all over his clean clothes.
You work for a Shaper?
And well, I might. After my mother took 5 years of her personal time sewing fine dresses for the head maid at the Shaperette, Mother tells me they never considered a single other candidate when the position opened for underwasher.
Is working for a Shaper that prestigious?
It's barely under the king himself. They control Orzammar's memories. They oversee births, marriages, death records, histories, everything we do or are. Except you, I guess. Castless and criminals aren't allowed in a Shaper's presence.
Damn. Okay. Why not?
Whatever horrid deviants you're descended from were written out of the histories and deemed unworthy to join the ancestors. Obviously, they bred anyway, but their children can't possibly deserve the same protections as those who were legitimately born.
Okay. What exactly does a Shaper do?
They control Orzammar's memories. They oversee births, marriages, death records, histories, everything we do or are. Except you, I guess. Castless and criminals aren't allowed in a Shaper's presence.
Then I guess you're not looking for a quick tumble?
Get away from me. I'll tell my father you tried to violate me. I would sooner lie with a nug.
Bruh. We're really getting... It's really tough out here. It's tough to be a castless. Goddamn. The casts. Visitors to Orzammar should keep in mind that the hierarchies of Dwarven society are much more complex than our own. It is easy to gravely insult a man simply by mistaking his position. Since this can lead to unnecessary loss of life and limbs, I will attempt to mitigate the danger for my fellow travelers. The society of Orzammar is divided into nobles, warriors, smiths, artisans, miners, merchants, and servants. Now, You are undoubtedly saying to yourself, we have all those divisions among our own people. This is a dangerous misconception. Certainly, we do have nobility, artisans, merchants, and these positions are largely inherited from our parents. However, the younger children of noblemen often choose to be artisans or soldiers. The sons of merchants may join the army, or become servants, or apprentice themselves to a craftsman. This is all freely chosen. Limited, perhaps, by the circumstances of birth, but still chosen. What is a matter of choice for most human folk is dictated entirely by birth for dwarves. No one may become a smith who was not born to smith, caste parents. And a servant who marries a noblewoman will never be a noble himself, although his daughters would be nobles. His sons would be servants, for daughters inherit the castle of their mother, while sons inherit the caste of their father. Nice. Okay. Learning. It's brutal out here, dude. Beraht's shop. Oh, Beraht's here.
Beraht won't want to see us without proof that Surfacer's dead.
Okay.
Go back to your dirt pile, scum.
God damn it.
They should send someone to pick up the trash.
Fuck me.
Get out of my face, Brand.
Maybe I shouldn't have put that on. Maybe I shouldn't have put that tattoo on. And no one would know.
This pile of worthless junk belongs to you. Do you realize it's in the way and that the patrols will not be able to come through? Move it, or I shall have it thrown out in the deep roads, and you with it.
I'm so sorry, my lord, but they told me to move my goods over here. I couldn't even set up shop in my usual place.
Nonsense.
It's true. They said that the servants needed to polish the floors on that side of the commons in preparation for the new commander's first commission.
Yes. The new Idukan commander's feast is tomorrow, isn't it? I suppose it can't be helped then.
Nice, okay.
Very well. You may leave your goods here for now, merchant, but move them out of the way as soon as you can.
I love that this is just literally a thing that's like, obviously we need to do something in the common area, so they've put up a story reason for us to not proceed.
Huh. I wish I was important enough that people would polish the floors before I walked on them. That side of the commons is closed for now. Be on your way.
This goes to some sort of important thing. This is gonna be, is this like a surface elevator or what? Big old route to the surface. Proving guard. Oh, the proving?
Turn around, Brand. No castless on the grounds.
Sorry, I was just leaving. I'm not gonna threaten this guy because I will actually probably get killed.
I said you weren't allowed on the proving grounds, Brand.
Sorry, I was just leaving. When I tried to fuck up something in Knights of the Old Republic once, I got thrown into jail, had a sentence, and was literally killed. So I feel like I'm not gonna press too hard and end up dying in my first hour. All right, let's go into the tavern. In we go.
The ancestors were smiling on my bets today. Another round from the house.
Patron.
Hey, I'm trying to have a drink here. You mind standing downwind?
What do you want? I've got nothing for you.
So there's our objective marker in this room.
No castless.
Just tell me if you've got a customer named Oskias.
Why would I tell you anything?
Take a close look before you finish that sentence. Are you sure you want to make us insist?
Oh, I didn't realize who sent you. He's here all right. Oskias. Right over there. Been nursing that same mug half the day. Paid up front, though. Good silver. What's he done?
That's really interesting that, Lesky was like, don't say that, we don't want to make a fuss, and then he makes a fuss in the tavern. You want to make that your business?
Sorry, just trying to make conversation. You, do what you have to. Just, try and keep it neat. I'm still paying for this space.
Alright, mate.
They say the Warrior Cast is hosting a proving so the Grey Wardens can look for candidates.
Oh, interesting. I'm a rogue though, so how are we gonna do this?
Can a man drink in peace?
I thought you were dead. This is a waste of good food. Whatever the fuck that is. Giant bunny rat thing. Mind if I have a seat here, sir?
Hey, I was saving that seat.
That's real thoughtful, Oskias. It's tiring work looking for you.
How do you know my name?
I love that I actually did sit down. Let's just say we've got a mutual friend.
Oh no, you're not from Beraht, are you? Because that would be too much. I don't think I could handle.
If you did nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear, right?
I just want to make sure nobody, does anything too hasty.
Of course not. This is just a friendly inspection.
Making sure you didn't accidentally pocket any processed lyrium. You know.
Look, I always been loyal to Beraht. He's been good to my family. I know how much I owe him.
I'll just kill you and plant the evidence later. Save your excuses, Lesky. Search his bags.
My pleasure.
Wait, I do have some lyrium. It's just ore. I made a side deal with one of the mining families. If it worked out, I was gonna bring Beraht his cut, I swear. I'd be crazy not to.
Suicidal, one might say.
How much ore did you take?
Just a little, maybe 25 sovereigns worth.
25 sovereigns?
Most of that's with my buyers on the surface. I just picked up a few nuggets down here. If I were to maybe give you a piece, that's a lot of coin. Could you forget to mention this to Beraht?
Who have you been selling to?
Surfacers pay good coin for lyrium. Mages up there, they use it for their spells. Smiths use it in enchanted weapons. I just took the money and ran. I mean, back to Beraht to share the profits.
How long have you been cheating, Beraht?
Not long. I mean, I'm not cheating him. I mean, this is my first time. Oh, please don't kill me.
Give me one good reason not to kill you.
I've got a lot of lyrium. Maybe we could work something out. Share and share alike. I don't got any coin myself. I make that topside, but you can take the ore, sell it, maybe get enough to get out of this nest. What do you say?
We help you. Beraht's after us next. Hold him still, Lesky.
With pleasure. Could everyone who isn't about to die please turn around for a moment? This may be unpleasant. Thank you.
You can't do this. Help! Call the guardsmen! This is murder!
You two let me know if you need anything. I'll be in the back.
It's just a bunch of rocks. You're gonna kill me for that?
I love that he's like, I'm out of here. See you later. I'm just gonna go out the back. I'm gonna go down the staircase. You shouldn't have tried to buy me with them.
No!
Oh, we're in combat. Okay, he's still sitting, but he's over there. All right, combat basics. You're in a combat situation. Mastery of the battlefield is important. Zoom out. Scroll backward in combat to gain a better view of your situation. This is really good as a tactical view for combat, actually. I agree. That's awesome. You can also pause for tactical preparation by pressing space. To attack an enemy, simply right-click on them. To use a talent, left-click on it in your quick bar to use it against your current target. So we have stealth and dirty fighting. So we can... Oskias about to attack us. If we do dirty fighting, then we do it on him. Stunned.
Fist, say hi to face.
Fist, say hi to face.
We must fight. Let us do it with you.
This dude just getting a good show.
Now we do battle. Come, let us end this.
Nice. Jolly good show, covered in the blood of our enemies. Nice. So he has 2 lyrium nuggets. This chunk of rock sings to itself a sustained high note that sounds almost joyful, faintly glowing crystal studded surface. Nice.
We have to get this stuff back to Beraht before he starts wondering what we've been doing.
Just minding my own business.
As you were. As you were. Need a shower from his blood.
My wife went to call the guardsmen. They'll be here any moment now.
Please leave. You're making me nervous.
God damn it. Day ruined. We're gonna have a confrontation with the guardsmen out front now. Quickly, get out of here. Alright, Beraht's shop is here. Okay, when you leave an area, you become clean once again, and you no longer have any blood on you. It's good to know.
As you say.
The king is old. His rule won't hold much longer.
Prince Balin seems far more sympathetic to our interests than Trian.
Balin has some tastes of his own that he knows I can provide. We'll finish this later. It's about time you two showed up. What happened with Oskias?
Okay, so we can persuade and lie. He didn't have any lyrium. He's guilty. Here's the lyrium. Give 1. We found Oskias. He had a side deal going for lyrium.
Some people are slow learners. You should have known. You don't lie to me. I can smell it. Did I make that clear? I thought I made that clear. Now, did you find out what I asked you for or not?
Interesting. I forgot to check the body. He was carrying these 2 nuggets.
That's all? I guess the Duster was smart enough to keep his main stash topside. And Oskias himself?
Last I saw, he was coloring the tile of the tapster's floor.
Excellent. I'll send someone out to handle the cleanup. Not you, though. I have another job in mind for you.
Do I get to make some other Duster cry?
Not if you know what's healthy for you. This one, I want you invisible. The warrior caste is hosting a proving today. All the best fighters, last man standing, you know the sort of thing. They're showing off for some Grey Warden who's looking for candidates to drag off to a life of eternal glory. Now, it's not often we get every named fighter in Orzammar lined up like that. And I have certain acquaintances who take an interest in this sort of thing.
Okay. Time for me to enter the proving and get out of here. Somehow. I wonder how this will play out. We've got to get out of here somehow, right? We can't be in the pits forever. Why would the Grey Wardens be here?
Topsiders see a couple of Darkspawn, they start crying and running to Papa Orzammar. They know dwarves are the best when it comes to Darkspawn, so they're here to recruit a couple of bodies to prevent another blight. Because why should humans have to live with what we get every day?
Okay. I'd like to know more about the Grey Wardens.
Then learn to sodding read. All you should care about is who wins that fight. There's a lot of coin to be made when people get the fever up. Favorite fighter's an officer named Minar, veteran of 4 Darkspawn campaigns. Evaird's a long shot, just got back from a deep roads offensive. Some young buck who has all the ladies drooling. I've got a lot of money riding on him. Mine and other people's. I expect to see that 8-to-1 pay off. Understand?
So, how am I supposed to help Avad win?
The fight only gets announced to contestants themselves to prevent illegal gambling. So first, you'll have to find Evaird, see who he's fighting and when. When the name Minar comes up, I want you to slip this drug into the bastard's water. It'll slow his reflexes, just enough to take the edge off, not enough to show. But it wears off quickly, so don't use it until just before his fight.
Interesting. Does Evaird know you're doing this?
He's the kind of warrior who wants to show off his oiled physique to a cheering crowd. You think he wants scum like us making money on him? Don't let him know what you're doing. Just find his chamber, see when he's fighting, then go to Minar and dump the drug.
Okay. How am I supposed to get to Minar's water?
He should have an alcove for his pre-fight preparations. All the fighters are provided basins of water. If you're asking how to sneak in there, you're pretty much saying you're no good to me.
It's a good thing I'm a rogue with stealth, then. What is this drug?
I'm not asking you to distill it, just drop it into a basin. That's all you need to know.
Okay. How do I find a Verd?
He'll be in the fighters' quarters under the stands.
Where is the proving?
It'll be in the big arena north of the Commons. Normally castless aren't allowed on the grounds, but I got you a pass. It says you're there to clean up the waste trenches, not to watch the fights, so don't look conspicuous.
Alright, we'll go right now.
You bet you will. Here's your pass to get on the grounds. The proving starts as soon as the clock strikes. And when I say I have coin on this, I'm not talking about some pittance, like the value of your life. If I don't see a Verd's name on the winner's sheet, you'd better make sure I never see you or your sister ever again.
God damn. Okay. New codex, the proving. Valos Atreidim, in the 23rd year of the reign of King Ragnan, fucking names. Fantasy names, baby. They're always so good to say. Ragnan Ejukan, an old man of the servant caste, was accused of stealing a sapphire ring from his employer, Lord Dace. The servant was stripped of his position, he and his family thrown to the streets, and soon after, the servant died. The son of the disgraced servant challenged Lord Dace to a proving, declaring that his father had been the victim of a cruel injustice and the ancestors would bear him witness. Lord Dace had no choice but to accept. On the sacred stone of the proving ground, the nobleman faced the servant boy. Lord Dace carried a sword crafted for his own hand and was clad in his great-grandfather's armor. The servant boy had neither armor nor weapon. When the battle began, the boy fought like a whole pack of angry deepstalkers, flinging himself upon the startled lord, wrenching the sword from his hand, and prying at his armor with bare fingers. The boy knocked Lord Dace to the ground and beat him until the lord begged for mercy. The boy and his family were reinstated to their place in the Dace household, and the virtue of the boy's father was not questioned again. The ancestors had spoken, and no one would question their word. As told by Shape of Vortag. Nice. That's a cool little codex entry. We are going to the proving, and I wonder how this is going to play out. We need to make sure someone else wins. I wonder how that's gonna happen. I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna continue with the story. Alright, let's get back into it. So, proving loyalties. The warrior caste is holding a proving today. Beraht has a lot of coin riding on the young fighter Verd and wants you to make sure he wins. Beraht gave you a drug to use on Minar, Verd's opponent. Now, I'm assuming that we'll have some choices in how we want to approach this, so I'm curious to see how it'll play out. Let's have a chat. Oh, there's a shopkeeper here.
I don't have anything you can afford.
Rude.
You ask too many questions. All you've got to know how to say is, "I, mistress."
Hey, alright. Who are you?
You don't recognize me?
You know Jarvia, right? Beraht's favorite lieutenant and the only person he trusts in all of Orzammar. You know that, Jarvia.
JavaScript? Is it true you're sleeping with Beraht? What exactly do you do for the Carter?
All you need to know is that I'm Beraht when Beraht's not here, and I'm getting mighty impatient.
Okay. I'm probably not going to ask these questions. Never mind, I'm leaving. I'm mistress. See you later.
Not nearly soon enough.
Aye. Let me be. Who's dead here? Ah, it's just a suit of armor. Dude, they got the Dragon Age projector screen down? What movie we watching tonight? Blasto. Game of Blasto. The fantasy version. Alright, we're going to the proving. Let us go. So we've got a pass that'll let us in. We're gonna go clean waste, apparently.
You again. I said you weren't allowed on the proving grounds, Brand.
Haha. But I have a pass right here.
Looks legitimate. Go on through then. But stay to the trenches. Grey Wardens don't need some eyesore getting between them and the fighters.
Rude. Alright, to the proving grounds. Look at these short kings. I love it.
You're heading for the arena. The trenches are that way.
Okay. Food, please. Oh my god. Look at that pig.
Did you see that first bout? Ostar's helmet practically shattered. A Dulbo still has the Ancestors' favor. I made it to third showing in one of these. You may not think it to look at me, but I was a great soldier once.
And then you took an arrow to the knee. I've heard the story a million times.
Don't look at the fighters, Brand. It's bad luck.
Alright, mate. Alright, mate. Ooh.
Stone's Embrace. That's one of them. One of the Grey Wardens.
Is this the dude from the opening cutscene?
Go over and talk to him. Say, welcome to Orzammar, Warden, sir. May I drink your bathwater?
They even had bathwater simps in Dragon Age.
Stand back. I don't want to catch your diseases.
Oh my god. Duncan.
They say Minar's the man to beat.
Stone met, and blessings on your house. That was the proper greeting for an outsider last time I visited Orzammar. Has it changed? Or is there a reason you're looking at me so strangely?
I can't even say the greeting that I was dared to say. Why can't I offer to drink this Sir Duncan's bathwater? Well, I don't exactly have a house.
My apologies. The intricacies of Dwarven society are still foreign to me. I meant no offense. My name is Duncan. I'd say of the Grey Wardens, but I suspect you already know that. Pleased to meet you.
You're so polite. I'm Mapo of nobody. Is it true you're here looking for recruits?
The Wardens are always looking for those who have the courage to spend their lives in battle against the Darkspawn. It's rare we find those with both the skill and the will. The best Wardens are ruthless to their enemies, compassionate to their friends, and inspiring to their troops. It's a lot to look for, but I hope to find it here, and I hope you also may find what you are looking for.
I take my leave. Duncan. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings, the Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevailed. Like many others, Duncan gave up his family name when he joined the ranks of the Wardens, a symbolic gesture of cutting ties. You might say this was a convenience in his case, however. His mother was from the Anderfels, his father from the Tevinter. His childhood was spent in the Free Marches and Orlai. His people were everywhere and his homeland was nowhere. He was given the almost impossible task of leading the Wardens in Ferelden, a kingdom that had thrown the Order out 200 years earlier. Facing local suspicion and hostility, he set about finding recruits. I don't know, man. Me and him, we got a lot in common. I feel like he'll take pity on me and go, you know what? I see a lot of me in you when I was younger and shorter. I'm gonna make you join the Grey Wardens. New Codex Darkspawn. New screenshot. Where do the screenshots go? Interesting. I have a screenshot notification. Darkspawn. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, culture and history. We got Darkspawn and the Blights added to our things, and the Grey Wardens. Damn. Okay, we got a few things to read here. I guess we'll read them in order. I think we got Darkspawn first. I don't know the others, but let's just read them in order. The first Blight had already raged for 90 years. The world was in chaos. A god had risen, twisted and corrupted. The remaining gods of Tevinter were silent, withdrawn. What writing we have recovered from those times is filled with despair, for everyone believed, from the greatest archons to the lowliest slaves, that the world was coming to an end. At Weishaupt Fortress in the desolate Anderfels, a meeting transpired. Soldiers of the Imperium, seasoned veterans who had known nothing their entire lifetimes except hopeless war, came together. When they left Weishaupt, they had renounced their oaths to the Imperium. They were soldiers no longer, they were the Grey Wardens. The Wardens began an aggressive campaign against the Blight, striking back against the Darkspawn, reclaiming lands given up for lost. The Blight was far from over, but their victories brought notice, and soon they received aid from every nation in Thedas. They grew in number as well as reputation. Finally, in the year 992 of the Tevinter Imperium, upon the Silent Plains, they met the archdemon Dumat in battle. A third of all the armies of northern Thedas were lost to the fighting, but Dumat fell and the Darkspawn fled back underground. Even that was not the end. The Imperium once revered 7 gods: Dumat, Zazakel, Toth, Andaral, Razakael, Lusakan, and Uthamil. 4 have risen as archdemons. The Grey Wardens have kept watch through the ages, well aware that peace is fleeting and that their war continues until the last of the dragon gods is gone. The last of the dragon gods. That's why it's called Dragon Age. Something that I really appreciate in the Codex as well is obviously when you have new entries, they are highlighted. Something that's really interesting is I'm currently playing a brand new game released in 2022 called God of War Ragnarok, and I love it. But it doesn't mark Codex entries as unread or anything like that, and you have to remember what they are when they pop up. And it was like that in the original game in 2018 as well. Dragon Age, baby. BioWare just know what they're doing with Codex entries. They're like, make sure that you mark them unread, because there's a lot of shit to read, and you easily lose your place. Darkspawn. The surfacers claim that the first Darkspawn fell from heaven. They spin tales of magic and sin, but the children of the stone know better. The Darkspawn rose up out of the earth, for it was in the deep roads they first appeared, creatures in our own likeness, armed and armored, but with no more intelligence than Tezpardum, bestial and savage. At first they were few, easily hunted and slain by our warriors, but in the recesses of the deep roads they grew in numbers and in courage. Our distant Thags came under attack, and now it was the army, not a few warriors, being sent to deal with the creatures. Victory still came easily though, and we thought the threat would soon be over. We were wrong, as told by Shaper Zybor. I want to say that the C is silent. The C is silent. The Blights. My dear Arnica, I would worry not about the assembly. Let the nobles sit together and argue over whose house owns the grandest Thag. It keeps them from panicking, which they would surely do otherwise, and prevents them from making a greater nuisance of themselves. War is the business of warriors. I would say that the enemy's strategy seems to be changing, but they never appeared to have a strategy before, beyond destroying everything in their path. For weeks, their numbers appeared to be dwindling. There was talk that perhaps we were getting close to wiping them out. We could not have been more wrong, for today we came upon the body of their main force. I cannot give words to it, Arnica. I've never before seen so much death in one place. There were darkspawn beyond counting, and at the heart of the throng a great beast, as tall as the palace of Orzammar, with breath of fire. A paragon of darkspawn, perhaps, for they seemed to pay it deference. They were leaving, marching toward the mine shafts which led to the surface, but I knew when I beheld them they would once have devoured what lies above us. They will be back. From the letters of Paragon Aducan. Words. Pronunciations. Hard to do.
Could you point me toward the middens?
No.
Disgusting, get away from me.
Well, we got to speak to Duncan.
They should send someone to pick up the trash.
And he did not offer his delectable bathwater.
Do they have anything to eat around here?
I don't know why everyone's so excited about Minar. Adalbo won last year.
Oh, did he now? Adalbo. Okay. Let us head this way toward our objective. So this is our objective. That's where Avert is. And then I guess Minar is someone else. Will probably be down that way. Can't go in there for now. Alright. Let's focus on the objective. Oh, what the fuck?
Sweetheart.
He's drunk.
Sod it. He's stone drunk. He could draw a dead man for his bout and still lose. Oh, Beraht's gonna kill us if we slip up on this. He's still mad about the time I accidentally told that barkeep Beraht had demanded free ale delivered to my door. Hey, I just had an idea.
I'm gonna fight in his name. I could put on his armor, you know, fight in his name.
That's much better than my idea. I was gonna say we should go up in the stands and start a rock slide, but you're brilliant. You'll be a Verd. You'll go out in his armor, keep down the visor, and fight in his name. He wins, Beraht wins, everybody wins.
That's how it works.
Except all the warrior cast braggarts you leave kissing dust. What do you think?
That's how it works. 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 That's how it
I sodding love the way you think, my friend. I was afraid Beraht was going to kill us.
I fight in his place and then I get out of here. I like that it's like if I do this, I'll win by skill alone. I won't use the drug. I feel like I'll get killed. Oh, this is interesting. So we've got, I'll put on the armor now. You find Minar and drug him. I'll need to drug him first, and this isn't for Beraht. I want to impress the Grey Wardens. All right. Let's go with number 3. I'll take the drugging option. Ooh, but what if I don't know. This is interesting actually. Getting a lot of what if feelings. I need to drug Minar first.
Right. I'll keep watch for the guards. And don't put on that armor until you're done. It's a little conspicuous, you know?
That is a good idea, because then I'll essentially be someone else. And then I'll get dressed. Alright. I do have the stealth option. Who's this? Oh, this is Minar. Okay. Hello there. Alright, let me do a little save in here. Let me do a little save. I'll start calling. I'll just number my save file. Number 1. Alright.
Hey, only fighters are allowed in these chambers. Who are you?
I'm Maper. I'm working on the waste trenches.
I don't care about your name, Brand. My fight should be called any moment now. You can come back and clean then.
Persuade. I'm supposed to empty your basin and replace the water.
Fine, but be quick about it. I need to finish my preparations. Here's 3 bits to keep you motivated.
Woo! I got some bits. Okay, so the money is bits. And then silver. Okay, where that water at? Alright, nice, I can do it there. Nice set of armor you've got there, mate. Alright. Contestants in the proving drink from this water to cleanse themselves before the fight. Drug the water in the basin. Bam. Despite the drug, the water appears untouched. Nice. Drink the water. Do nothing. Drink the water.
Bout 3 is next. Officer Minar versus the Warrior of Air. Fighters, make final preparations, then report to the ring.
No more time. Make sure you have everything and go tell the proving guard you're ready to fight. And don't forget to keep your helmet down.
Fuck yeah. Alright. Let's see how this plays out, shall we? Got his armor chest, his axe, sword, mace, and all his armor's in here. Nice. Snores. Okay. Nice. Alright, so now I have to go into my inventory and we can basically equip everything that we have, which also shows as new when we pick it up. Inspect equipped, or we can drag it over. Yeah, look at me, baby. Alright, Avard's sword. And I guess if we can put his axe. Can we put his, hang on. The sword is a 2-handed greatsword, the mace is a main hand, and the war axe is a main hand. So these aren't like 2-handed ones. Can I put a dagger? Nice. So I can have an axe and a dagger. So the axe... Critical chance 1.3%, armor penetration 2.9, damage 7.8. Okay, we can compare them. Alright, so we want to have the axe, and then we can have the dagger in the offhand as well. Nice. Shield. Oh, the shield goes in the... Actually, yeah, we'll do the shield. Makes sense. Hell yeah. That's a cool way to do it.
You're running out of time. Get to the fight.
Okay. Okay. I do not know how to block with a shield.
I believe it is time for your bout.
Is it automatic, actually? How does a shield work? Let's check our codex. Controls. Tactics, area map, combat basics. Calling party members. I wish to know how to block. We'll find out.
Fortune favor your fight, Averd. Are you ready?
Okay, nod.
As you say.
This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar, for our honored guests, the Grey Warden. The warrior Everd, son of Galton, will fight Officer Minar, survivor of the battle at Car Ellerin.
Don't choose the honor of the heart. Oh, sod it. Let's just fight.
Let's just fight. Exactly what I was thinking.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Fight! Mortal Kombat. Get him in the ass. Yeah, get him in the back. Get him in the ass. Shield pummel. All right. Now, how do we?
I will defeat you.
How do we block in this game? Maybe I have to check my controls. Is there a blocking in here? Maybe it's just like an automatic thing, like there's a chance to block by having the shield equipped. I'm gonna assume that's the case. Have at me!
Shall be done.
How do I keep missing? Look at all my misses while he's stunned. What the hell? There's, okay, so yeah, the block is automatic. That's good to know. There's obviously just like the chance to block. You're almost done. Fair and square. Fair and square.
A truly memorable fight. The young cadet vanquishes the wily veteran. Healer, see to his injuries. The warrior Everd, son of Galton, will fight last year's Journeyman Division champion, Adalbo, proven in glory before the stone.
Okay.
With this fight, may we both win glory in the eyes of our lords.
Okay, now we have a legitimate fight. Now you're talking my language, brother.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
You got a big ass axe. Oh, berserk! Jesus! Oh my! He going berserker mode. Quick, go stealth. You can't see me anymore. Fuck me. Oh shit! You've been stunned, punk ass. So, run away from the mighty blow. I can't figure out which camera angle I actually like for fighting. Ah, that still hit me. God damn it.
As you say.
Ooh, 35. Okay, no shit. Oh, this will be easy. Yeah. Look at all the NPCs in the background. Look at that one guy up there going, yeah. I like that there's a couple of like very poorly animated people in the crowds in the back. It's great. Dalbo, you've put up a valiant fight, but you lose. Now pay with your blood.
The winner is Everd. The ancestors have withdrawn their blessings and embrace a new champion on their field. The warrior Everd.
Oh god, it's still going.
Of Galton will fight Lenka, silent sister in training. She has made her vows, but not completed her blooding. Will she be accepted into the legendary order? That will depend on her performance today.
Oh, just a bow. I'm getting like big Fable vibes, like fighting in the arena in Fable: The Lost Chapters. So good. Just like going through all the rounds. You honor me with this fight. May we both achieve glory.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Fight! Just 1 second. I'm just going to quickly take down the music volume just a bit. Because music's quite loud. Ironically, there is now no combat music. It wasn't even playing at the beginning of the fight. There it is. Music's back.
No quarter shall be given!
It's a good thing I got healing potions.
Yeah!
This is a good way to learn the basics of combat at the very least, and seeing how it goes. Ah. Die! Why won't you die? Your health bar is empty, thank you.
The winner is Event!
Victory.
Linka went to the stone without a sound, as befits her vows. But it wasn't hard to see the blood that was spilled. Evert will advance to the final bout.
Oh god.
To determine the true champion of the ring against...
What?
Oh, what the fuck? Oh shit.
I'm out already?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Hey! That's my armor!
Oh no.
Who are you? How dare you disrupt this sacred...
Wait, I know that man. That's Evert. Then what imposter did I fight?
Remove your helmet, warrior, and let all who watched you see your face.
I am Evert. Arrest that fraud. So I am of no caste or clan, but I have defeated you all. I am Marcus Aurelius, and I will have my revenge. My victories have earned me your respect. Interesting. Go with number 1. I am of no caste or clan, but I have defeated you all. How dare he? Yeah, we got the respected Duncan, though. He's thinking about it.
Castless! You insult the very nature of this proving! Guards, take this filth away!
Hold your man, I pray you. This warrior has defeated the best you have to offer. Is that not what this proving is for?
We are honored by your presence, Warden, but this proving is not solely for you. There are laws which have governed this arena for 1,000 years. This man is no warrior. He is casteless, rejected by the ancestors. His very footsteps pollute the stone. He has no place here.
Except as your champion.
Duncan's gonna adopt me. He's my new dad. My warrior dad. You gonna take me with him? Yes, small bearded child, come with me on a journey of a lifetime.
Are you awake yet? Psst. Can you hear me?
I'm in jail, nice.
How hard did they sodding hit you anyway? Did you have to put up such a fight?
Oh, you got put in jail too. How did you get in here?
As soon as everyone saw your face, Brand, the place went mad. Shut all the doors, examined everyone for family and caste. One of the guards recognized me and figured we must be working together. They burned 3 candles to the stump interrogating me about who put us up to this. I think they knew, you know, about Beraht.
This doesn't look like a typical guard cell. Is there any way out?
Huh. I guess not. I mean, I've been in most of them. They don't usually have this many bloodstains on the walls. Any chance you see a way out?
Good, you're awake. Beraht will be glad to hear that.
Hey, you. You're finally awake. Javio, what are you doing here?
You caused a lot of trouble today. Beraht lost 100 sovereigns for Lord Volney.
Hey, I did what I was supposed to do.
The was declared invalid, and the Assembly already called for an investigation. You can't imagine the state Beraht was in when he told me to get you.
Let me talk to Beraht. I can explain what happened.
All he needs to know is that you exposed him before the entire warrior caste. Now they're asking questions, and as long as you have tongues to answer them, you're a threat. Enjoy your last night together, boys. Beraht will be by soon to make sure you maintain your silence.
Damn. Leveling up. Every time you gain a level, your character gains new abilities and improved stats. Left-click the plus button on your character's portrait to level up. Beep. Level 2 Rogue. Okay. Specializations are an enhanced version of a character's base class, granting stat bonuses and a powerful new ability chain. Specializations can unlock that through completing major plots, learning them from other characters by finding rare tomes. One specialization point is awarded at level 7 and level 14. Okay. So, new skill. Oh shit, hang on. Improved coercion, improved stealing, trap making, survival, herbalism, combat training, and combat tactics. Warriors and rogues gain access to first tier weapon talents. Might go with herbalism, so we can make simple potions, poultices, and salves from common herbs. So I might go with that first. A new talent. So we'll go with below the belt, because that's the only one that we can. Nice. Quest captured. Alright, we are in prison. We are imprisoned in prison. We're in Beraht's hideout. So that's where we've that's where we've been taken. But we have really got a nice feel for this game so far, and I genuinely really enjoy it. I mean, I feel like that's obvious that I would have too. Like, I love a good RPG, and I've been really enjoying all the BioWare ones so far that we've played, and I love me a good fantasy RPG at the same time. It's all just very good for me, and I love my character. I love my little dwarf boy. I like the story that's being set up at the moment, and I'm very curious to see more. However, this will be the end of our first episode of the Dragon Age Origins playthrough. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you so much to my Big Boss tier patrons who voted for this game to finally make its way on the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you watching. If you haven't already, if you're new here, please do consider subscribing and interacting with the video as well. It helps me tremendously to keep doing this stuff for you guys and keep putting this content out there, because I really love doing it, and I hope you love it too. So thank you so much for watching the first episode of Dragon Age. I'm super excited to continue. I'll see you next time.